Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. We're here in Santa Clara in California, United States, at the ETSI NFV ISG. Quite a lot of initials there. We all know what it means. And I'm talking with Werner Schaefer, who is Vice President Network Functions Virtualization Business at HP. Werner, great to see you again.
Great to see you again, Mark.
You're looking well for a man who's running around all over the place trying to keep control of NFV.
That's right, yeah. That's right.
Okay, let's begin then. The theory of NFV is well proven. Over the past couple of years, we've seen it come seemingly from nowhere to the top of the agenda.
Right. And
its benefits are well known as well. What role does HP have in developing this ongoing NFV ecosystem?
Well, I like it that you say nowhere. So basically, we've been at nowhere 2 years ago as we started it, as you know, together with BT and with Intel. And I think we've taken a very, very active role in that. As you know, right before Mobile World Congress, we announced the establishment of a business unit under Bethany Mayer, a very seasoned leader of HP, coming from the networking side to really drive this across the company, and we have been established as a business unit pan HP, so we're really making sure that we bring all the assets that we have in the company, from enterprise services, from the enterprise group, from the software, and even from parts of our printing and personal systems organization, to the NFV play, to the engagement with the carriers out there. And we have it as our charter that we will do anything we can to accelerate the adoption of NFV in the telecommunications industry.
So it's a major initiative within HP itself?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've been just told that this was one of the major talking points for Meg in a recent board meeting, and it is certainly something that she's watching very closely, is engaged very much so, and is supporting us in many engagements all the way to the customers.
We're moving on now from the theory, as we've been talking about, to the proof of concept for NFV as part of a roadmap that will eventually lead to widespread trialing of the technology and then its eventual rollout and adoption as on a commercial scale. As the ecosystem continues to evolve, can you give us some examples of the proof of concepts that HP has been working on and with?
So a lot of those are obviously under non-disclosure, so there's not a lot of names that we can name here, but I can tell you that we in almost 24 proof of concepts around the world in all geographies with different carriers and different partners. So it ranges from Evolved Packet Core, it goes over CDN to IMS, all different areas that the carriers are interested in. I think what we will see is definitely an appetite first to go into the easier, more controllable, more contained applications, network functions, and that's clearly what we see in the proof of concept. From a partner perspective, we're very happy that we continue to work with our established partners, obviously, Nokia, Alcatel, equipment providers, and also the different regions again, but also new players that knock on our door, that want to work with us in the ecosystem. As you mentioned, that it was one of our announcements at Mobile World Congress that we are actively engaged and actively building this ecosystem of partners, and we have more than 85 partners now that are eager to join our OpenNFV program. And we are well on track with our lab program. September 1st is the official start in all regions, and we have partners lined up that want to come in the labs, that want to bring their applications. So we're very excited that this is going forward as planned.
Okay, what about NFV products then? You recently introduced the NFV Director.
That's right.
Tell us about it and what's coming along in the HP product pipeline.
So we're getting that question many times. What are you doing? Are you having VNFs? Where are you going into that journey? And from an NFV business unit perspective, we're keeping sort of a neutral stance in there, because yes, we do have business units within HP that have their own solutions, be it our CMS business, obviously. You've talked to the colleagues before, they're also the ones that have the NFV director. Yep. And then we have, the networking team that has solutions, be it SDN controller, VSRs, etc. But from an NFV BU perspective, we really want to make sure that from an ecosystem, we bring in the collaboration, we'll have all the products on the truck so that a carrier can pick and choose what they think is what fits best to them. So we're not out to especially peddle, for lack of a better word, our own stuff and say, you only get from us what we have. But the NFV director, as you mentioned, is really at the heart of what we're doing, because that MANO piece seems to be something really, really important to the carriers. And we have actually been selected by a number of the leading carriers to do proof of concepts with the NFV director, because they see and understand that our openness, managing all kinds of VNFs from all different vendors, really being vendor agnostic in there, based on open standards, and really doing both the physical and the virtual environments is something that they really like to see. And that's actually running very well. So the NFV director is certainly something at the heart of our strategy, yet at the same time, if we have customers that are in established relationships with equipment providers that they want to maintain and they want to use their orchestration solutions, we will just fit right into that. Again, open standards, interoperability, that's the name of the game for us. Open is not just a slogan for us, it's actually the way we live it.
This is an ETSI event. It's the 7th meeting of the NFV ISG. Remarkable in just a couple of years. What part has ETSI played? What kind of a role do you think it has had in fostering this sudden growth in NFV technology?
I actually think it's been a great guiding pole. It kind of kept everybody sort of within some guardrails of what it is that we're trying to accomplish. I mean, the 13, when they wrote the white paper and came out there, based out of the work that we've done at BT and the work that Perdip and others have done there, Don Clark, very important as a guide pole. And I think we can see this also clearly in just the growth of the participants here. All the companies that are coming in and saying, we want to look at this, we're eager to learn, we're eager to submit our proof of concepts. I think it's something that really accelerated the discussion. A place to meet, a place to have, learn how others are doing it, and just have all those informal conversations, maybe even with your competitor in some areas, and saying, hey, where are we all going to go on this? Some that probably took a little longer to get there. I don't want to name names here, but it was certainly interesting to see how after Mobile World Congress, some had to play a little bit catch up. But I think overall it's a great dynamic, and if I would be at the carrier side and looking at this, I would be probably very excited to see how all these big players from the IT industry are coming together and are searching for solutions and are searching to help them come to this new brave NFV world.
Well, there's certainly a wave running, because the number of delegates here, the number of attendees is astonishing compared to what it used to be. And also, it was really hard to get in the car park this morning.
Yes, yes.
But there you go.
Right.
That's life. Right. Okay, great stuff. Werner Schaefer, thank you very much indeed.
Well, absolutely. Thank you. Pleasure to be with you as always.